Artlist is a music site for YouTube creators. That's how they advertise themselves. But the music that you can download from their site and from their music library can be used copyright-free across not just YouTube projects, but any commercial projects too. And that's a really, really good thing, because having that peace of mind is great when it comes to music, particularly on YouTube, because copyright's such a big deal for people who want to create content. I want to talk to you today about the good points and the bad points of Artlist. I haven't been paid to do this, and I'm not sponsored by Artlist. I've paid my annual subscription to them, and it's a service that I use. So hopefully my opinion counts, as in I'm not really biased in any way. It is, of course, just my opinion though, so make of it what you will. Firstly, the music on the site is great. Music's a matter of taste, so I can't say that and assume that everybody will agree with it. However, the music that you get it feels like it's actual music. It doesn't feel like it's just promo music, which has this similar, slightly amateur sound to it. And it's the sort of stuff you get in shopping centres, or it's the sort of stuff you get in a lift. It's real music, and I don't know, you really have to just take a listen to know exactly what I mean. So let's just pick a few songs randomly. Let's choose a mood here. I want to just say something uplifting, and I'm going to also choose a genre, and I want to pick electronic because I quite like electronic music. Right, so let's see what we've got.
Fill 'em up another pound of blood. Then he filled.
To me anyway, that just sounds like what I was looking for, really. And it's current, it's got a modern sound to it, and it's pretty much exactly where I was going when I chose the filters uplifting and electronic. The filters themselves, just going on to the second good point, they're enough, but they're not overwhelming. So they've got choices here around mood, video themes, instrument, genre, and then they have spotlight on a few artists, and across the top you can do a standard search, sort by staff picks, choose tempo from low, medium and high, and then you can select the duration between the lowest and the highest of the selections that you've got. That's it. So not massive amounts, but you've got a good amount of choices within here. I like the videos themes one particularly. So, you know, you can say you're doing specifically doing a vlog, so you can add vlog to that mix, and it just sort of caters it more for that. So there probably wouldn't be, for example, any vocal tracks in here, because there are vocal tracks on this site as well, and that's great because it adds a bit of variety, and sometimes it's nice to have a vocal track with a video. Videos aren't just about instrumentals. The site itself is modern and functional. It looks like a music site. It doesn't look just like a site that's pushing me a ton of tracks and I'm just going to pick one to use for my project. It looks something, you know, a bit kind of Spotify-ish, a bit Tidal-ish. It looks like a music site. It looks like the kind of site that creators would be drawn to. And although the look of a site doesn't matter as far as the content goes, it does make a difference as to how much people engage with it, and how much they're willing to just try things out and get around the site and find what they need. Although, yes, it's only a superficial thing, the site looks really beautiful and is very nicely designed. It's a very current design, and it's very fitting to the type of people that they're aiming this for. The choice of music is big and is ever growing. It's not massive, but it is quality. I haven't come across a point where I've chosen my filters and then haven't had enough songs to audition before being able to pick a couple that I wanted to use, or just one that I wanted to use. The fifth good point is that it feels like it's about the artists. This doesn't feel, as I just mentioned, about a site that's just pushing a bunch of tracks out there in the hope that someone will license one of them and just use one in a video. It feels like it's promoting the artists through the visuals, the photographs they use on the site, the way that you can go to the album here and you've got the kind of photo of the artist and it promotes the actual album here, gives you information about them, and then you've got the rest of the tracks that are on this single EP, album, whatever you want to call it, or just a collection. Indeed, it could just be a collection from this particular artist. That's great, and it's a really nice thing to see because it gives it a feeling of a community in a way. And that also comes across in the update emails they send. I don't normally like being spammed by any site, but when it comes to Artlist, I like the fact they send me emails that say, just wanted to let you know that we've added a new album by this person or this person this week, and you can have a listen to it here. And yeah, it's possibly music that I would just listen to. So brilliant that you can download this and use this in your videos, because so many times you come across songs that you want to use and because you like them, and you just can't because you'll be flagged, you'll be copyright flagged for them. So fantastic that you can get this kind of overlap between music that you like and music you can use, and that's where Artlist has a massive strength. The referral scheme, and I don't want to referral scheme. I don't want to dwell on this because I don't want this to be a promotional video pushing my referral, but I will put a link to my referral stuff in the description if you are interested in this site. It'd be great if you would use it. But the referral scheme is very generous. Once you've put 10 friends on, you have a lifetime subscription, and it's pretty good. The rewards are good on the referral. If you're going to use the music, this is really good value for money. It costs £200 a year for a subscription. And if you genuinely need the music, then you can easily make your money back. So far, I've probably used about 6 to 8 tracks from Artlist in various videos I've created over the past few months since I've owned the service, since I've had the service. And I've easily made my money back because of that. I wouldn't probably have bought those songs anyway. If I really think about it, I would have made do with other stuff. But it gives me an option to sort of branch out and try different music, and I think it benefited the videos themselves. And the final good point, of course, is that you don't have any worries about copyright at all. There are no issues with flags. This is completely what they're about. So, you're not going to get any issues with copyright flags with Artlist. Right, let's move on to the bad points. Although I said it's good value for money, if you're not going to use the tracks, and you wouldn't, and you do only, if you're doing corporate stuff or something, and you only genuinely need about 3 songs a year depending on what jobs you're doing, then it's potentially expensive as well. So it's a question, something you really got to ask yourself and say, do you actually need it? And will you use the songs? What kind of quantity of content are you creating that will need new and fresh music? Now, the second bad point is a fairly big one, but I understand the reason they do it. The downloading of the music is pretty clunky. I'll show you how it's done first of all. So let's have a look at this song. And I think, yeah, that's fine. That's something I want. I've got to actually add it to a cart, even though I'm signed in with my subscription. I don't have anything here to be able to allow me to download it straight away. I have to add it to a cart like this. If we look in the bottom right-hand side of the screen, you can see that it's added it here. If I add multiple items into the cart, they'll be shown here, left to right, and you can scroll through them. It's nice. But to actually get to them and download them, rather than just having a button here to download, I have to then go to my items, and then I have to check out, which is kind of weird. And then it says congratulations, and it sends me an email, and I can download the tracks from that email. Or I can go to my music here where it shows me the ones that I've already downloaded at some point and the date that I downloaded them, and I can download them in MP3 or WAV format. So I just click on that and wait a couple of seconds, quite a long time, and then just download it from there. Not that difficult, you might say, but you have to do that on every single song, and it's just a bit clunky. But the reason I believe they do this is to stop people ripping all the content from their site. They don't want one person signing up for a subscription, ripping every single track off their site and publishing them somewhere. I think that's probably the reason they have to put certain measures in place to prevent that. And that's fair enough. It's not that much hassle. And really, for most projects, you're not going to want more than maybe 2 or 3 songs anyway, so it's not going to take you long. The downloads can only be done one at once. So usually, if I go to my music, usually what I could do is I could click WAV, save, WAV, save, WAV, save, and then they'd all download together. The first one has to finish before the second one will start, at least in one browser window. I haven't tried it in multiple browser windows. But again, that's probably a restriction to do with sort of leeching multiple tracks off the site as well. But it's just a bit of a time waster. Again, not a big deal, but it's something that bugs me a little bit when I use it. The filter on tempo to me is a little bit limited. Low, medium and high isn't really good enough. I would like an actual BPM in there. BPM means something to me. If I can think, what a song will sound like if it's 80 BPM, or I know that kind of trancey type music is generally between kind of is round about 140 BPM. So depending on what I'm after, I would like to be able to specify a BPM rather than just saying low, medium and high. But it keeps things nice and simple, so it's not, again, a massive big deal. So really, that's all I could come up with around the bad points. I love the service overall. I've used it a lot so far, and if I carry on using it as much as I will, I can see myself renewing my subscription next year. It's a great service, artlist.io. Check it out if you do make any videos, or in fact, if you do anything with music where licensing is an issue, because there's really good music on there. And it's a great service. I hope it continues to grow, and I hope they constantly get more and more artists adding their great stuff to it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.